spoken to the family my mom grew up with, but now it's time to sit with my mom's biological family and maybe give them a reading.
I'm just going to put a pile of underwear and things where you guys can have easy access to them. Okay. Okay.
I've only met them once. If I get too emotional, too invested, too biased, then my connection to the other side becomes very skewed. So I'm really hoping that I can get clarification. Anything, any piece of information that I don't already know would be helpful. I have a lot of questions about how this all happened, and I know that only the people in New Orleans could have the answer. How are you feeling today with seeing your family?
Oh, I'm good. I'm excited. I mean, it's going to be, you know, I'm sure it's going to be fun. I only found out about my biological siblings about 2 years ago through DNA testing by talking to them on the phone for hours at a time. They explained to me what had happened and how my mother had given me up. And they didn't know all the details as to how and why. And they've been looking for me all this time. And I had no idea. It was so overwhelming.
Be careful.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
And she's got purple nails.
Hi, look at you.
How's it going?
Well, I'm 5 years older than Teresa. She's my baby sister. I've been looking for my sister since 1969. There would be times where I'd be like, okay, well, where do I start? But I always felt she wasn't where she was supposed to be. And I know Mama's up there, and she's like, keep going.
Not only do my mom and my Aunt Mary almost look identical, they dress the same, they have the same mannerisms. It's pretty crazy.
What is happening here, you guys?
Well, George, tell us what's happening.
Well, what we're going to do is, like we used to take nets and everything and go over and catch the crabs and...
No way.
Yeah, this is Bayou St. John area, the lakefront. We grew up very poor, but even though we had hard times, my mom was a fantastic person. She made sure we always had love. So I want to take Tyler and Teresa crabbing because I want them to experience what we did as a family. I want to have a connection with our mother. Your best grandmother you'd ever expect.
Yes, I know. I wish I would have met her.
Well, she's here in spirit.
Absolutely.
But what I need you to do, to start off, is to tie this net for you.
Okay.
So, let me get you some gloves.
Right.
Yeah, so what you do is you take 3 chicken necks on there, tie it in like you tie in a shoe, but tie it tight because crabs can take it.
Gotcha, so you tie it to the string.
All you had to do is tie your nets, lay in there, and come back.
Oh my gosh.
All you had to do to catch dinner.
Oh,
Perfect, perfect. Your grandmother used to look forward to coming here so much that she'd stay up all night cooking fried chicken, potato salad, and we'd stay here all day.
Wow.
So it was a good time.
Wow.
She did a lot of good things to give us a good childhood, you know.
From everything that people have described my grandmother as, fun-loving, liked to have a good time, she valued simple things, her family, what mattered most to her, and she didn't need a lot to be happy. I feel really lucky to know that I come from good people, giving me a deeper appreciation for who I am.
Pull that net up if you could, see what they got in there.
All right, we're gonna pull real fast.
Did they catch any? Hey, did they catch any?
I don't know yet.
Oh.
Oh.
Pull it, pull it.
All right, oh, pulling.
Oh, look at your gun.
Oh, hey,
Just
we got crabs.
this ought to make it for the day.
There you go.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Wow, so much goes into this. This is amazing.
Yeah, well,
I want to yes. I will.
Spray.
So great. Yes, I love you too. I love you too. This is so great. And look at this, so great. I know, and no rain.
but you know, one thing about your mom, our mom,
Yep, that's right.
she used to really work her bottom off to make sure we went to parades, everything we did.
There was so much shame. Mama had a breakdown after giving it to Stella. found out Lee. At that time, I was too young, you know, of course, they didn't tell us anything, you know.
I bet you and Mary are probably just having some great memories about what you used to do here. I wish I could have been
Well,
here.
I tell you what, yes.
We're here now. That's what matters.
I can tell that this has been really hard for my mom. She could have had a completely different life, and that was taken from her by this criminal. It's hard to focus on processing all of the information that's coming through with everything going on. I can tell that my mom is very emotional being around Mary and George, and it just shows to me that it's not the right time to do a reading. But I hope to have that chance in the coming days when we have some one-on-one time.
He really, really was a special person.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure.
you were a lot like him.
Aw, thank you.
Yes.
I'm honored.
The hardest part about all of this is just feeling like I'm so angry that this time was stolen from me. I don't know, I've just gone over it a million different ways. It's actually kind of like torture in a way. When they describe their childhood and when they describe how wonderful our mother was and what a great mother she was and how fun she was and how like she would take them out of school so that they could go crabbing and have a fun day together, and then they would go home at the end of the day and boil the crab together and, you know, have a fun day. I think, you know, I'm jealous. Stella did none of those things. She never told me she loved me, not one time in my life. My siblings, they weren't rich. They lived in the projects. But the love they had for my mother, you can't put a price on that. And they turned out to be great people. So it tells you that you can be poor, and as long as you're loved, if you have love in your home, you have everything. I remembered something that happened, and I guess I just put it away and forgot about it. When I was 19 or 20, this person contacted me and said, Teresa, you know, Stella got a hold of me from prison, and she says she's not your mother, and I just want to tell you that, and you can do with it what you want to. And I didn't believe her, because she'd told so many lies, it never even occurred to me. But I wished, I'm so mad at myself, I wished I had listened then, because at least I would have been able to meet my mother. See, it was just Stella. She lied and lied and lied. So I didn't believe her. And I'm going to take that to my grave. I'm going to always be kicking myself for that one.
Day one in New Orleans, and we don't know anything more about how and why my mom ended up with Stella, a murderer. But we learned a lot about what a loving mother my biological grandmother was, which is confusing. If she was so dedicated to her kids, why on earth did she give up my mom? It just doesn't make sense, and I want so badly to figure this out for my mom because I know it's tearing her apart. I just hope that I can get her as close as I can to a sense of closure, especially considering my life is defined by moments of wanting to give people a sense of closure or peace. It's kind of weird, more convoluted today than usual. Just a lot of references to like lack of mental clarity. I just it feels like clouded. Just weird vibes. Venues like this actually sometimes make it harder to connect. If it's places that have been frequented by a bunch of people.
Yeah, they just stay there.
Everyone just kind of, yeah, it's like a sponge. Well, more like a urinal cake, in all honesty.
I'm so happy you're here with me, and we're doing it together.
I know, yay. Yay.
Hello! How's it going?
Hi.
Oh,
Here we go.
Yeah,
Oh my god, it's so nice to meet you.
Where would you like me to sit?
Here, sit right there. I'll
Yeah.
bring this over.
Yeah. No worries.
Yeah.
So, I have my notepad here.
Okay.
A handy dandy notebook.
Okay.
Anybody that you have met, know, and sometimes even within family, people can come through that we've never met as well. So
Just don't air out my dirty family laundry.
I'm gonna try not to. So with that said, today, do we have any objects from
Yeah,
you?
we have a couple. So we have both of these.
Okay, fabulous. Put those right there if that's okay. Oh, fabulous.
This beautiful thing.
Precious. That.
Couple of fine jewelry.
Oh my goodness. Okay. How weird. Okay. There. I'm gonna grab this and see if I can connect with that a little bit.
I'm looking like I'm gonna understand.
Right, I know.
I'm reading it.
All for blood. I'm like, what is going on? Very interesting. This seems different. Okay. They're having me highlight female, not male.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. She brings up this, like, the only way I can describe it is an escalation. Things escalating in some capacity. I'm just trying to get more details with this because it seems like an exceptionally odd passing. I'll say I brought through a lot of different ways people go. This seems very weird.
Yeah.
There's some interesting stuff with this. This is definitely not your traditional reading, even for me as a medium. One thing that kind of came through that struck me on the way here, I was feeling really like kind of mentally cloudy.
That would make sense.
So if someone's drunk or if somebody's like I felt dizzy on the way here is another way to describe it. I didn't feel clear of mind.
Yeah, that resonates for
it
sure.
does.
Okay. You know, I'm seeing water spurting out, like a fountain. I don't know. I wonder if there were fountains nearby in any capacity or something. I don't know. The time that this person passed, there's this feeling of kind of, I feel kind of distanced from some people. There's people that she didn't know closely around her, and I have to say this with complete certainty in the way this is coming across. In all honesty, I'm certain that there was kind of this feeling of somebody being around that I don't know very well. Like, when someone, even if a young person, say, dies of cancer, usually people are able to be at their bedside, they're able to do the send-off, that kind of thing.
Expecting it.
I don't get that with this in a traditional sense. So this feels very much like I'm kind of taken, stolen, like my life is taken from me kind of thing. Like, I'm here and then I'm not.
That makes a lot of
100.
The way that it comes across. Just very interesting. Around the passing, and I don't know why this is, but there's an emphasis on kind of a celebratory feeling. So it's kind of a very dark dichotomy between someone dying, but then simultaneously there's a very much of a celebration feeling, people living it up. I feel happy, I feel excited. Do you know, this is so irritating because I've been this whole time seeing musical references, and we're in a bar, so sometimes I'll do it, but that's more to this because it just, the mood doesn't match the death.
There was music playing, you know, this makes perfect sense.
Music was like her thing.
She loved country music.
She was loved to like just get up and dance and sing along. Yeah.
This is kind of weird. Do you have any C or K names connected to her? Getting very strong sound. What was her name?
It was Chrissy.
Gotcha. So, who was this person for you?
It was our sorority sister. So hence the skulls and all of that.
I didn't even realize what this was. So this is something they put on people after they graduate? I didn't graduate college, so I don't know.
We were all in the same business college. This was our sorority skull that you wear on top as well.
It's basically a decoration for a human when you graduate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And like the last photos that we took with her, we were wearing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
She was such a cool girl.
Yeah.
Like, amazing friend, fun energy.
But like so honest.
So
even when you didn't want her to be.
Just such a good presence to be around.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's special. Weird, there's like a book thing. That's an interesting symbol. Do you know the significance of the first of a month in any capacity? She is going to be honored in some capacity, and I'm seeing like what almost looks like a plaque. So,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how to word this. Like set in stone is the only way to describe it. Like I feel like it's there has to be. Just remember that I'm saying this. Someone is either considered planting a tree in her memory, or is going to plant a tree, and it's like a big thing. There's like a ceremony saying the dirt being dug, that whole thing. And that doesn't click from what you know currently.
It totally clicks.
Oh, it does.
Yes,
Okay.
sorry.
Whatever this is, there's a feeling of pride around this, of like being honored in a greater capacity. I'm getting more with this, and I'm almost like getting the chills. Because I'm seeing, I have all these people just like bolting. But I just feel like there's a lot of fear for some reason beyond what happened here. When it comes to trying to get medical help or medical treatment in any capacity, they're putting a big red X through this. Anytime they do that, it always indicates that there was a delay for the severity of the situation related to when the
100%.
police would have shown up.
Yeah.
So,
There definitely was like a delay.
okay, I'm gonna keep going. This is kind of hard to explain, but the symbology that's coming through is I'm like, I go from up to down. It just feels like I'm high and then low, but physically.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is a big thing in the way this comes across of sound ricocheting, and I know this is so weird, but there's an issue with this where sound. I feel like I can't figure out where this is coming from. Is the only way to describe this.
Yeah.
And when this comes through, it's just this feeling of like I don't know where to look. It's like I'm literally. There's a lot here.
Yeah.
So, what happened?
It was a live music event, and there was a mass shooting, and so everything you said makes sense.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. We continue our coverage now of the horrific shooting in Las Vegas, the deadliest in American history. A gunman opened fire last night shortly after 10 o'clock local time from the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel in Las Vegas, raining wave after wave of automatic fire.
There was a lot of people confused, running.
Upstairs, Mandalay Bay, halfway up. I see the shots coming from Mandalay Bay. Halfway up.
There was a lag
Getting
in response time.
Get out of here. There's gunshots coming from over there. Go that way. Go. That one.
There were 61 people who passed away, but I think closer to 500 people who were injured. There's a few memorials in different locations, but definitely plaque is already a resurrected thing.
People were enjoying the concert and left all of these things behind as they scurried. Right now is basically silent because of the tragic events that happened.
Are there any questions that you have pertaining to this person?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Were you okay in the end? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
Of course. The way that I would describe this is when she comes through, this was like this happened so fast, she comes through with a sense of acceptance and a sense of peace. But I can't emphasize enough how much joy she comes through with. Just an overwhelming sense of peace.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But, you know, it doesn't.
Yeah, very.
I also understand that it doesn't erase what happened.
Yeah.
So, thank you for sharing that. I know it's such a hard thing to have to even talk about. It makes sense now in context as to why it was so kind of weird for me, because it's not your traditional situation.